about Super Bowl 58. And, of course, Baldy joins us courtesy of the Boxer Girls at Guest Line.
Let's start with the quarterbacks, Baldy. I want to rat-a-tat-tat these, and for the callers out there, be succinct so we can squeeze enough information out of Baldy as possible. I think Patrick Mahomes is playing quarterback at the highest level I've ever seen. I'm sure you have your own opinions on that. I view him as like Michael Jordan, as Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Tiger Woods of his sport. You know what I mean? Like, this is a guy who can do whatever he wants at any point. It never looks like he's running. He's like trotting for first downs, and he's never under duress, and he's never panicking. Evaluate two quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes on one side. I thought Purdy was good, but it's so hard being evaluated next to Patrick Mahomes. It's almost an impossible task.
No, nobody can compare to him what he's doing right now. We just haven't seen this since the heyday of Tom Brady. He's always in charge. He's always in control. I'll never forget a few years back playing the Houston Texans down 24-0 in that first half, and he's on the sideline just extolling his teammates, going, "We just need one. We just need one." And then they got one, and they just rolled right over him. He's just highly competitive. There's not a throw. He's being flushed out of the pocket. Bosa is literally, he's like chasing him with everything that he's got. He's laying out. His entire frame is laying out trying to grab his shoe, and he throws it across his body into the middle of the field to Justin Watson for 20 yards. Like, he's got the eyes of a hawk. He's got the best arm in the league. And then just his overall command of what's around him.
Right.
It's just impossible to teach his command inside a pocket and where to go, how to uncover. It's just remarkable to watch. He's the gold standard right now. But for Brock Purdy, look, I saw Josh Allen throw an interception. I saw Lamar Jackson. I saw these guys make mistakes against this defense. He didn't make any mistakes. Didn't come close to making a mistake. And if they block things up front the way they're supposed to, maybe he's the winner today. He played good enough to win. Did he make the sensational throw that might have put them over the top? He did not. Now, you can argue that, but he still has to be given a chance. He threw the ball to Debo, a perfect shot to Debo. McDuffie played the ball perfectly.
Yep.
You got to credit McDuffie. The ball is, you can't throw it any more perfect to Debo than he did. The throw to Juice on 3rd down and 12, escaping Karlaftis. He made a lot of good plays. Good plays.
Yep. No, I'm with you there. I thought Purdy played well enough to win. Even on a couple drives where he got a call back. Great play, improv to George Kittle, but it got called back due to a holding. I thought even right then and there, I said, okay, Purdy's ready to go. He's poised. He's playing his game. The moment's not too big for him. Purdy was fine in that game. Was he great? No, but he was fine enough to win. When I look, if people want to play the blame game, he's like 15th on the list, in my opinion here. But
I agree with that, Bonte.
He was fine. I got no complaints about Purdy's play. Let's get to the lines. 888-957-9570. Ask Baldy anything. Let's start off with Roxy in Lafayette. Roxy, what's happening, man? You're on the roast. Ask Baldy anything.
Oh, good morning. Thank you so much for taking my call. I'm very happy. So my question is to you is, what do you think about the Niners season? Do you think that the entire season is a failure, or just the fact that we didn't win the Super Bowl? Because I really don't like everyone saying the whole season was a failure. But what do you think about that?
It wasn't a failure. It's not a failure. Nobody remembers who Kansas City is who they beat in the Super Bowl years from now. But Brock Purdy came back from a major injury, started every single game, played at the highest level. The team went on a roll after a 3-game losing streak. They got right to where they wanted to get to. They were up 10, had a chance to win it. They didn't finish it. But it's far, far from a failure. This is a team that's built for the postseason. They'll have a chance to get back here next year. And every time you get to the postseason, you have a chance to bring home the prize.
If we're looking to add something to this football team, and we can start off on the defensive side of football, Baldy, I believe they need a little more athleticism, maybe a little more speed. What are they lacking on the defensive side of the football here? They played really well in the Super Bowl. Thought it was their best game of the postseason. But if you could add something, would it be a free safety? Would it be another corner? Would it be another rusher? What is this defense missing, Baldy?
I don't think you can have enough good corners in this league. And you see Kansas City had 4 different corners out there playing, and they all played a role, whether it's L'Jarius or McDuffie or Watson or Williams. you can't have enough corners, because if you get good corners, then I think you can really get after the quarterback in a different way. And I just think, I think I'm not here to bash Steve Wilks, but there's no disguise to their blitzes. There's just none. I mean, there's nothing that ever surprises you. And so they tried it a couple of times. It wasn't very good. They kind of show you what they're doing. I just think you need more creativity in your pressures. And I'm not comparing Steve to Spags, but Spags, you don't know what he's doing until it happens.
On that note, Baldy, Bonte and I were noticing in the second half with Oren Burks in there, Gibson and Burks were just like they weren't communicating, they weren't on the same page. It was like they were frenetic right before the snap of the ball, and I contrast that with how calm and poised and how they were switching who was going to blitz and who wasn't and disguising things. Was that a byproduct of Oren Burks being in there and not Greenlaw, or was that maybe a hallmark of Steve Wilks and the defense as a whole throughout the year?
Well, you hope it's not because Oren Burks is in there. I mean, you always train the next guy up. Like he's in the same meetings, same walkthroughs. Like you always prepare as if somebody goes down. Now, to the 49ers, credit. I mean, Warner and Greenlaw are there every week, just about. So, but I mean, always, whether it's, Flanagan fouls or whatever, like you're always training to get that next guy ready to play. They had to do that, at the safety position, and so Logan Ryan, they had to get him up to speed because everybody plays three safeties right now. So that's not an excuse at all.
But did you notice that same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, look, there were some breakdowns. Clear breakdowns. And so it all starts with communication. If I go out to practice, the number one thing that I watch in practice is I want to be able to hear the practice. I want to hear the communication. I want to hear guys. I know Fred communicates, but it's got to be at all different levels. And everybody has to know exactly what the call is. There can be, because the touchdown to Marquez Valdez-Scantling is clear breakdown. And I don't know if it's on Tig. I don't know if it's who it's on. But, they're all going with Kelsey or going on the back, and nobody covers him in. And Mahomes sees it literally, whether that was the target or not. Mahomes saw it as soon as he got the ball. They had no chance to recover.
No doubt about that. Let's go back out to the lines here. Ask Baldy anything. Iliano from Sacramento. Iliano, ask Baldy anything. What you got?
Baldy, love listening to you and the Cuz. You guys do great work as well. But here's my question for you guys. No problem. Here's my question for you guys. How's this loss feel for the Bay Area?
Oh, boy, he's trolling us, Baldy. He's trolling us. That's fine. That's fine. You fans will be fans, Baldy.
All right, that's all right. That's all right. They got a chance. Hey, look, they'll probably be in the parade on Thursday.
Baldy, we know it's never one thing. We know it's never one thing when it comes to these. I look at the pie chart of culpability, and there's slices everywhere. What's the biggest reason why the 49ers didn't win this game?
The Kansas City Chiefs fumbled 5 times. 5 times.
Wow.
They got one.
Yep.
Look, we saw the ball on the bad pitch to Pacheco on that ball. We see the ball getting ripped out of Rashee Rice's hands.
Yep.
Like the ball's there. They couldn't get on a loose ball. That's part of it, is taking the ball away. They could not get the home run ball. To me, that's Kansas City, and that's also up front on the offensive line. You can't make the fundamental mistakes in protection that they made, turn Chris Jones loose on the final play in overtime. You can't turn Chris Jones loose. It just can't happen. And so he's their best player by far and on defense. And to turn him loose in that situation, that's just unforgivable.
Yeah, no, we're going to replay that in our minds for a long, long time. Let's go to Jay in Oakland. Jay in Oakland, ask Baldy anything. What you got, Jay? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, I think the 2 plays that stand out for everyone is the third down play in fourth quarter and a third down play in overtime. On the broadcast, Tony Romo pretty much predicted what Spags was going to do and suggested that Shanahan has a counter. I guess my question to you, Baldy, is why didn't Shanahan have a counter for what Spags was going to do? And also, what play do you think the 49ers should have ran to counter that?
Well, they ran a trend. The first third down you're talking about, McDuffie came on a blitz and he batted the ball down. And honestly, Ayuk saw it right away. And I don't know if Brock couldn't see him because McDuffie was coming right in the B gap, 100 miles an hour. Look, you can have a choice here and go max protection on 3rd and 4 and put 3 receivers out there. And maybe you block everything up. And maybe they've got 7 guys defending out there, and you can't find an open receiver, and your quarterback is eating it. It's kind of a gamble. Sometimes it's better just to get guys out and just beat them. Like, they had a play to defeat that play. And, by time McDuffie was on him, he was throwing it to Juwan Jennings. Honestly, Ayuk saw it right away. I thought the ball was going to come out quick before that blitz ever got there. Like it did to Jennings on the touchdown. Like the blitz came, like Bolton's coming free right at Purdy, but he got the ball out fast, and he hit Jennings for the touchdown. I thought the ball could have come out faster. I think he could have seen it quicker, and maybe they convert that 3rd down.
Well, it would have been right there. It would have been an interesting decision if they don't get it. 4th and short, maybe you go for it, and you make Kansas City burn the timeouts there, and maybe you're bringing home a Super Bowl trophy. That's a huge play. Good breakdown there, Baldy. Let's go back out to the lines here. Javier.
The one scenario, Bonte, real quick.
Yep. Go
the
ahead.
One scenario, I'm sure you guys have covered it. 2 minutes ago in the game, to 2 minutes and change, and they got a 4-minute drill, and they're halfway through it. And McCaffrey goes for 5. It's 2nd and 5. And they throw the ball, and, they don't account for the blitz of Bolton, and Purdy's chased, and he throws it to Kittle for no gain. Now, it goes down to 2 minutes, so now it's 3rd and 5. If you had run it in that situation, if you just run McCaffrey again, maybe he gains a yard, maybe he doesn't gain anything, maybe he gains 3 yards. The 3rd down then becomes a run for sure. And now Kansas City, instead of throwing the ball away and the clock stops, maybe Kansas City has to use a timeout.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's going to change anything. I've played it out a couple of times, but it just seems like the clock is the idea, and everybody practices it, is the 4-minute drill. And they were in perfect 4-minute drill mode. And I felt like when they threw it and Kittle caught it, like that was maybe not the right call.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Wow, I didn't even think about that one. That's a hell of a scenario there to catch there, Baldy. Let's go to Javier in Vacaville. Javier, what's happening? Ask Baldy anything here. We got him for about 8 more minutes here. What's up, Javier? What you got?
Keep it short, Javi.
I'm here to talk to Mr. Baldinger. So, Mr. Baldinger, I don't understand why, for one, the rep count of, use check is so low, why they don't use use check as, their F and leading in the zone blocking scheme to lead from McCaffrey. Number 2, why is the snap count so low? And then my second part is we're saying, the weakness in the offense, obviously the weak point is the interior guard play. So I don't understand the logic as a player in college and coach now at the varsity level. You use a 6-man protection. If you can't block up front, use a 7-man protection. Keep in use check. Have your tailback McCaffrey chip and lead. It doesn't matter if you have 5-man route. If you can't get open because you can't block.
All right, so what's the question? What was the question there?
I don't know what the question. I guess he wanted juice. I mean, the first play of the game went to juice.
Right.
They ran the bootleg to him. Got him going.
And
right
a nice scramble play late.
Yeah, a scramble play late.
Yeah, that was great. No, but I guess, one thing that I noticed as a byproduct of the Shanahan offense the last few years is everybody bunching into the formation. Bonte's turning to me. He's like, dude, there's 1,000 guys in the box, and they are daring the 49ers offense to beat them on the outside.
It reminded me so much of that 2021 NFC Championship with Weddle and the Rams front. We're just we're going to take away the run. We're slamming the run. We're daring you to throw outside the numbers.
What could the Niners have done in that situation? Or is that a personnel thing? Is that based on the quarterback? Clearly it worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, there's different type of game plans. I would say that that's a defensive game plan. Like, we're going to load the box. We're not going to let McCaffrey run wild. We're not going to give him lanes to split. And so you play 3 big linebackers like they did against the Ravens, and you go, we're going to come down with Chenal. When Chenal hits a guard, it's like a defensive tackle hitting him.
Yep.
He's 255 pounds. He's hitting Feliciano, and Feliciano's not getting any movement against him. But now, when you get Chenal like that, you got to make him pay in coverage. I didn't see enough isolation against those linebackers. I would take McCaffrey or Juice or Kittle one-on-one in space like you would Steph Curry, against most of those linebackers. But I didn't see a lot of that in that game.
Baldy, I never saw, and refresh, I charted every play multiple times. I didn't see one CMC on his left, Debo on his right from shotgun, which was a formation that I feel to be quite deadly because you're forcing them to cover both guys in space. Like, I didn't see that once in this game.
Yeah. I look, there was some questionable things for sure, especially in that third quarter where they came out throwing it on first down.
Gosh.
And they kind of went away from that. I understand 5 of the 22 runs by McCaffrey, didn't gain a yard. So, I mean, they had trouble blocking those guys up front. And, it was they played big defensive tackles in there. They didn't play nickel. They didn't play pass defense. They played run defense. Mm-hmm. And they had to beat them on the outside. Now, they got some. They got a couple plays, but they didn't get enough to, where you got those big runs after the catch for the most part.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Baldy. I'm with you. They really shut that down. Let's go to Flea in Oakland. Actually, no, let's go to Robin in the city. Robin in the city. Ask Baldy anything. Robin, what's happening?
Hey, I was going to kill you if you didn't get to me. Hi, Baldy. My name is Robin. I'm Miss Robin. So,
Hi, Robin.
A couple of things I want to ask you. Hi, sweetie. I'm going to shoot this out, sugar. Okay, one, I just read that the players, some of the players didn't know the overtime rule. So what do you think about that? I see that as a lack of preparation. The second thing I want to ask you, and these already probably been asked, is why did Cal abandon the run game? It seems that every year Cal, that they go to the Super Bowl, that Cal abandons what he has got him there. And the third thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you think that the Niners need to work on to get better next year? And do you think Cal should perhaps question his own philosophical approach to how he builds a team? Because I question his roster personnel sometimes. Peace out, and thank you guys. They know I love them, and I love you guys.
You answered the first one already, Baldy, so get to the last one. The personnel, his philosophies, all those things.
Well, there's not a single analyst out there, including anybody on your show, that thinks there's a problem with the roster. I mean, we talk about the versatility of Debo, what McCaffrey's brought, how Ayuk has really developed into a number one, that Kittle was the first-team All-Pro tight end. I mean, Juwan Jennings in his role, Ray McLeod catching a big ball in the middle of the field. The quarterback is a star. You could say, let's just get better up front. Let's just try. McKivitz played good this year, but can we improve? Feliciano filled in for, Burford. Let's see if we can improve the guard play. Can we improve the center? I don't think Brendel is Alex Mack, but not many ever have been. So, right. I mean, where can you improve? I mean, I think that's there's a lot of good centers in his draft. Maybe that's a position of need on this offensive line.
Baldy, if there's one area looking at Kyle Shanahan as a whole, whether it's team building, play calling, in these big games, why does he keep losing them? What do you think he needs to either grow on, adjust? What does he need to change?
Honestly, look, Spags has done this 4 times. He's done this he's won 4 Super Bowls as defensive coordinator. Yep. He just took down the number one, the MVP of the league, and reduced him to rubble. This is you're going to get the very best of the best. You're not getting average coordinators in Super Bowl Sundays. You're getting the best. And so you're getting Belichick in a Super Bowl in Atlanta. You're getting Spagnuolo. You're getting the very best. I don't think there's any shortcomings in Kyle. Everybody would say he's an elite play caller. He's an elite designer of offense. They went for it on 4th down in the first half, 4th and 3. They got the first down. They threw the wide receiver play to Jennings for a touchdown. Yep. I mean, he pulled some rabbits out. They just didn't finish the job, Joe. They had plenty of chances to win this game. Wow. And we all know what they are, but they had chances. He can't call the play and execute the play himself. The quarterback didn't make a mistake, didn't turn the ball over. But they stayed aggressive. They took the shots down the field. This Spags, to have a spy on him on 3rd down, to have a free safety, a rat, to have the blitzes they have, it felt like at times they were playing with 12 defensive players.
Baldy, how about Vegas for Super Bowl City? I thought Vegas popped. I thought it held up well. Now, I wasn't out here for a week, So you may have a differing opinion, but what's your thoughts, man, on Vegas hosting the Super Bowl and everything that came with it?
I thought it was awesome. Because a big part of this whole thing is fan experience. The game is the game. The game delivered. Most watched game in, Super Bowl history. But the week of, media days and where are we going to dinner and shows, it was awesome. It was absolute. It really delivered. It could have been a little warmer, maybe.
Right.
I was at Jaws' party on Thursday night, and it was 36 degrees outside, and it was an outdoor party. So, but otherwise, it was phenomenal, man. Like it almost has to return. It's just that good of a place.
No doubt. It's definitely in the Super Bowl rotation. I thought the stadium popped. I thought the sightlines were great. Everything about it here, Allegiant Stadium. So what's next for you, Baldy? What's next here, man? What's on your itinerary?
Oh, man, I'm places unknown. I'll be out of the country on Saturday. And, I could reveal those places, but it's not necessary.
No,
there will be very little Wi-Fi.
We'll just follow you on Instagram.
The sun will be shining. And
hey, Baldy.
Super Bowl 58 will be, in my rearview mirror.
You and me this summer, Baldy's breakdowns, Shohei Ohtani swing. What do you think?
Oh, I'd love to do that. You get me out to a bowl game, Joe, and I would love to break that swing down. By the way, I want his pickoff move from the mound. I want his outside corner of the plate.
Yes.
I want his chin music. I want to break it all down.
I love it.
You see, Baldy, how Shaska always leaves me out the equation. It's just about you and him. You see how he does me, man? This one keeps me out.
That's because he knows that you'll be at some NBA championship.
Exactly.
We'll see about the Warriors. They are hot right now. No doubt about that. They are
Baldy,
hot.
you are the absolute best. We love you, buddy.
Yep.
Thank you, man. Thanks, guys. It's been a fun whole year.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it again next season, no doubt about it, man. Take care. Enjoy your vacation. We'll be following you on Instagram, seeing you catching fish with the bare hands and eating sharks with the teeth, all that stuff, man. Baldy, you're great, man. Continue your success and have a great offseason.
Okay, thanks, Bonte. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you guys.
Anytime, Baldy. Anytime. Brian Baldinger here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game.